What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Total Human Optimization Podcast. We got a large group today. We got Miss Whitney Miller, the Miss Two Jits.
Hi. What's up?
How's it going? And we also got Eric Malin from the Audit Academy.
Aloha.
And Mr. Todd Duffee. How you doing, man?
Howdy.
Welcome to Austin.
We are in Texas, right?
That's right.
This is the proper terminology?
That's correct.
I'm doing good. This microphone's freaking me out, though.
Yeah, a little bit too much for you?
Yeah, it's just...
In his face.
Yeah.
So you can take punches to the face, but you're scared of a microphone.
I have never really been good at taking punches. I don't know if you've been watching my fight.
I have not seen your fights. I don't know your records.
Nobody's good at taking punches.
Yeah.
Okay.
And plus, punches are fast, so you don't see them. This is like in your face.
It's like
the
a
whole
long
time.
pause.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty awkward.
But you're
staring at
But
you.
you're like a parappa the rappa. So
Yeah, but I used to record with a spit guard. You know what I mean? It'd be
Yeah.
right in front of this thing, so I don't see it.
Is that what that's for? For spit?
Wrong.
Oh, but is
Whoa.
That's bad. That's bad timing
Whoa.
on those words. It usually gets the p out of the
yeah, it's called a pop filter.
pop
dude.
filter. There it is. Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
There it is. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you're welcome.
I appreciate that.
So let's get a little bit into it here. So you didn't know too much about the Audit Academy before, and then you discovered our on-demand channel, and you
No. I've been very well
Okay.
aware of Onnit.
Okay.
Like, I've used, like, we're talking like 2011 when Alpha Brain Shroom Tech kind of came about. I was taking those. I don't know what year. I'm really bad with years. But pretty much right when you guys hit. I wasn't necessarily highly aware of what you guys were doing at your Audit Training Academy. I was aware of you guys were getting into the functional equipment. You're kind of like, you're out there, you're breaking ground in that area. I was very well aware of that. But I wasn't connected to anybody here. I didn't know anybody. So I didn't have any real direct connection until this man, so nice to bring me in.
Steel Mace Jesus, dude.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought I was.
The in-house ninja.
So I'm Viking Ninja now. I'm the Steel Mace
You're just
Jesus.
Steel Mace Jesus.
Which one you gonna?
It'll just keep going. We'll just
I'm
keep
gonna get all these
coming up with
hashtags.
new ones.
Okay, that's fine. I'll be whatever you guys want to call me. At the moment, for you, I am Steel Mace Jesus.
Yeah.
You don't want us to be Isik?
I can't be
I think you like
Viking Ninja.
Isik. You've been fighting a lot of these nicknames lately.
Well,
Just
Isn't
keep-
Isik a nickname too?
Yeah.
like Cowboy Cerrone calls me E-Sig.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it
It's more
starts to get
appropriate.
like, like I got to translate it
Might be
better.
more appropriate.
Might be more yeah, but I mean it's just I don't know. Whatever you want to call me, it's fine. But yeah, we've been taking Todd through the system and pretty much
So new type of stuff that you've never done before.
Yeah, I mean, I'm coming off of lots of injuries. I'm delved deep into the mixed martial arts world. You can only go so far into fitness when it's like that. My background is it's a ball sport mentality. So I have I guess what you would say like the DeFranco's approach would be.
Okay. So
Like,
you're built like a football player. So you have a
Right.
football background?
No, just culturally speaking, I played football, but like it wasn't my thing. My thing was basketball and just competitive. Like I was I would be in 2 seasons at once. I would always be in some sport, mostly because maybe I was a latchkey kid or whatever that may be. But like, I was definitely always involved in athletics, pretty much at a high level. Like when I was a kid, I would wake up at 6 a.m. and shoot free throws because I was a nut job. So I've been a little overly passionate, unhealthy with sports.
Do you think that's helped you with like fighting and martial arts and in the UFC? Just
I think
having
it's
that
hurt.
mentality?
Well, it's hurt and helped me. Like I've got, the thing that CrossFitters die from, rhabdomyolysis. I've
Like
had that
CrossFitters
experience.
die
but
from
then-
something?
Huh?
CrossFitters die from a
Yeah.
certain thing?
It's called rhabdomyolysis.
What is that?
Yeah, you've
It's
never
been-
heard
I've
about
never
this?
heard
This
of
is why
this.
CrossFit is, in
Dumb.
my opinion, must
Dumb.
I
Just
say,
dumb.
people.
Opinion.
everybody.
In my personal opinion, I think is stupid.
Easy, guys.
Easy here, easy.
He's getting scared.
Everybody
He's like, you're
just
talking
all
about.
chill.
On it loves their CrossFitters, not endorsement.
I know. Yeah. Personal opinion here.
Personal opinions. Well, I mean, yeah.
No, if done correctly, it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
Yeah.
but
the-
I do agree, Whitney. Like when you have someone that does not understand fully of what they're doing with their body, versus they're just paying attention to the tool. I just gotta throw it up there. Then yeah, that's gonna
It's
really.
scary. It scares
Yeah.
me to watch like the CrossFit games. Now, I was definitely intrigued by it because any sort of competition I'm down with.
Bodies
But
are hot too, right?
Hmm.
The bodies are hot. Be honest.
Dude,
I
CrossFit
mean,
Almost
chicks.
said-
on some like the men. Are we talking about the men?
CrossFit chicks are
Yeah,
Whoa.
I was
Oh
my
totally
God.
talking about the men.
But see, well, yeah.
It's just fun watching those bodies in motion. Is what I'm saying. Like it's cool.
Yes,
they're the
it is.
freaks.
But when they
Yes, I
stop
agree.
and they're just sitting there dripping, all pumped the hell up.
That's
Like I mean,
weird.
it's kind of weird.
It's impressive that a body can
I mean,
get that.
don't get me
built.
wrong. I like a girl pumped, but when it just looks too pumped up, when they walk away, you just think that shit.
Have you guys ever seen? Have you guys ever seen that girl Annie Thorisdottir? Like she was like one of the top finishers in the CrossFit Games. Her abs like extend out from her body like 3 or 4 inches.
Wow.
It's like ridiculous. It looks almost unhealthy.
It's like a turtle shell.
Yeah, but reverse turtle.
I mean,
shell.
but anything that's competitive is unhealthy. That's the
Yeah.
problem. So what's wrong with CrossFit? There's nothing wrong with CrossFit or the approach if done correctly. Like they've set up a good structure if you can do it, but then you put on the top of it, oh, I'm competing against the guy next to me.
Yeah.
Why am I going to do it right? I'm just going to get the job done.
here's the
It's
thing.
the same thing
For
with any
time,
sport.
yeah.
In defense,
Like martial arts is safe until you decide to put some money on the line, and now I got to actually hit this guy.
Yeah.
Like before, we were just playing around, like, oh, I got you, you got me.
Sure.
And we never even have to hit each other to have a good training session.
But in defense of CrossFit, it goes the same thing as any other gym. I think it's like not everything is equal. The problem with CrossFit is their policies to open new gyms. I think when I heard the South by Southwest panel by one of the marketing managers of CrossFit, they said they open 200 boxes every day.
Oh wow!
Across the country. You can't do any type of quality control when you're doing that many boxes.
I agree. I mean, if you have too many to deal with, I mean, it's just gonna get wild.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
For
same thing.
example.
But there's going to be those better gyms. There's going to be those better coaches that know what they're doing.
Absolutely.
And people are not going to.
I met tons of
get as
good coaches from CrossFit, and then I met some that were just kind of.
Well, it's just like with anything in the fitness industry.
Absolutely.
I mean, for you're a badass coach. You know, like you know what you're doing. You push your students properly. You're making sure the form is done properly. Whereas you can go to another gym and it's like me training you or something. You know.
Well, I look at it. I see what you mean. Like time clock coach just looks at the time clock, and then done versus trying to correct you and not over cue the whole time, but just work on the areas that you feel like they're gonna injure themselves. You know
I
what mean?
think you're talking about your special passion that you bring to fitness. That's what it is. People don't always have that. They get beat down by life. You have a very good attribute, and you love what you do. It's very evident in your passion and like your approach. I mean, what happens to those guys is like they're probably fighting with their girlfriend via text message. Like, oh, you're doing good.
Yeah.
Because I mean, who's that guy? Is it Kelly Starlet? Like that guy's doing CrossFit correctly in San Fran, I think. I don't know, why are we talking about CrossFit? We're on it.
Sure.
It's your fault.
You guys are changing.
talking about
You guys are
rhabdo.
changing the
Whoa.
culture of fitness, and we're busy
Whoa.
talking about the past. What are you doing?
You got to set a baseline, man, in the timeline.
Yeah.
You got to go a little bit of past. You got to go to present.
Well,
and
to
go
end this
future.
CrossFit thing, I'm all about CrossFit. I'm not gonna say I'm not. For
There's
it.
good and bad.
There's good and bad
To
parts of
everything.
everything.
To
That's
everything in
right.
Boom.
Everything. Yeah.
You just have to eat the good apple.
That's right.
Right.
Oh, jeez.
Anyways, I think we got on that by talking about rhabdo.
Whoops.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's what
my
it
bad.
was.
Why are you bringing this back to me?
No, but I think
Sorry.
like going through different training modalities and figuring it out, like you said, it can be very unhealthy once you're deep into the fitness world.
When you're competing, it is unhealthy.
When you're competing,
especially
yeah.
like in my sport, there's no question. Like it's an unhealthy act. Like we're fighting. I'm trying to murder that man. There's no like, oh, like I'm gonna no. My job once that door closes, it's murder. And there's no other like whether I have to break a limb, choke him out, or beat him unconscious. So of course my sport's like it's not good. Nothing's healthy about it. It's overly competitive. It's But I think any sport's like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like no athletes are walking around feeling good. But back to you guys. You guys are trying to change the culture of sports and athletics and build a good, intelligent base of functional training for athletes to move forward, which I think is beautiful. That's why I'm here, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I came.
Yeah. So like you were mentioning before you used to do more like kind of a strength training bodybuilding kind of stuff. Is that right?
So fourth grade, I got a bench press. My brother got a bench press for his 13th birthday. I used that thing a lot more than he did, needless to say. So that's when like the addiction kind of started. From 5th grade to 8th grade, I was into like a bodybuilding routine because of the gym that I was going to. And then like in the summers, I would go up to the high school and train with the high school kids under like a bigger, faster, stronger program. So then that was like the athletic portion of things. I was addicted though. Like I've been doing 2-a-days since 4th grade of some sort of activity. And back then it was very, it was a culture of overtraining. It's like you do your legs 3 times, you squat 3 times a week and you bench press 3 times a week and just mania stuff. So I mean, I basically kind of walked around in like a fog or a haze all the time. I got to high school. I started kind of the internet came out.
Oh, the internet.
Well, I think it was going,
that?
but it hadn't really got to where I was at yet. Like, I'm in the middle of America, so it takes some time.
Yeah, tornadoes to worry about.
So, I mean, from high school, like I just got very addicted to basketball. Basketball was my sport. Like I was saying, like I used to wake up and shoot free throws at 6 a.m. kind of thing. Like I helped start a club. We called it the Breakfast Club for like the basketball team. So we would also come in at 6 a.m. like the guys that wanted to. I don't know, dude. I was just addicted to sports and athletics. Like, and from there, high school was just it was like a constant injury process though, because of the way sports are structured, the way high school sports are structured, the lack of education, the lack of understanding of how to treat these athletes. So I was like constantly injured. Like, you know, you look at my elbow, I had just constant issues.
Do you think it's even a bigger issue because the kids are still growing?
Without a doubt. Like my brother's 6'5".
Okay.
I'm 6'2". I was way taller than him. I stopped growing. I went into high school at 6'1.5" at 210. And I've kind of been the same size since, except like I packed on a bunch of muscle through high school.
You went into high school at that?
Yeah, I developed really young.
Wow.
Like like when the girls were all, you know, the girls are all taller in 3rd grade, I was stacking up against them.
You should see his baseball picture, like when he was a kid. All the kids were little, and there's this kid that looked like a man in a uniform. It was him. It was really bizarre. I was like, "Whoa, you were that big!"
Wow.
I was a big kid
I
always.
was a big kid.
So like I'm just still figuring out that I'm big now in real life. Like I don't understand it because it's never been like I was. Like through high school, like through high school, I was constantly battling my size. Like I got into diet pills. It was so bad. Like at 13, I was taking Ephedra straight through high school, trying to lose weight to play basketball. That was my approach because that's the American approach.
Yeah.
At all cost.
That was big at my high school too, because I mean my high school was really big into sports as well, and so but girls and guys across the board, like diet pills.
I heard
the
girls are
whole thing.
worse.
Yeah, I took them.
Y'all-
It was so stupid.
Flower Bluff Hornets.
Flower Bluff Hornets. We were out of control.
Yellow Jackets.
Whoa, guys.
3-6-1.
Kingsville Bramos forever. Yeah. So anyway, like, what would happen if like they start doing steel maces and like steel clubs in?
They're gonna
like,
break
high school?
themselves. Most people are so imbalanced. You have to have. I mean, I personally, I was not willing to jump in. Like I would try maneuvers and things like that and play around with, but I realized immediately I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hurt myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wreck my body unless I educate myself properly. So then I was like, I gotta figure out how to get to this guy.
Yeah.
You know, like I was immediately like, I gotta figure this out. So yeah, you have to. There's a big education process, and
As an athlete looking from the outside, you're so used to that bodybuilding kind of approach. Does the steel mace and steel club stuff look a little silly? Like, is it something like, oh, that looks too easy?
Not to me, but to like, I would say the basic American culture, like typical people's perception for sure. I'm sure you get that a lot. Not to me.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I don't see that at all. I wouldn't be here.
It seems like people are looking for different ways too now, like because of the education that's coming
They're
out.
opening
People are
their
getting
mind,
tired
yeah.
of being injured because I'm in the same boat as you all the time. But yeah, and so now I feel like with coaches like Isak and athletes like Todd coming out and talking about this, it's gonna change.
It's so funny though, because we have a lot of NFL and athletes from WWE, whatever, all types of people that come through here, and they've never like tried that stuff before, and it's an instant like, oh my god, because it looks like it's simple. Oh, I'm just moving a club around. Oh, it's a state mace. Give me the heaviest one, but then they can't do it.
Yeah, good luck.
You gotta live the time where there was a time they used that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to own it for what it is nowadays. So it's not, oh, we're just gonna do 360s and keep it that way for the rest of the life. You know, the life going on. I'm gonna try to evolve with this thing. So, you know, what I did was I focused more on just spine, and you know, I can move my limbs all over the place. I can do a reverse lunge, whatever. These limbs mean nothing to me. If I can control my spine, each vertebrae at a time during load, that's gonna seal the deal for me as saying that it's more of a recovery type tool in training, and you're getting more strength and range of motion, which is really brilliant, I think. And you know, Todd tried it, and you've tried it. Everyone tried it here. I mean, I'm sure you guys all understand the feeling of the dynamics.
It's crazy
happening with it. Yeah. So.
And is this something you're gonna continue doing? You think, like as far as steel mace and all of that?
I mean, for me, yeah, I have to. Like, I think if you're a wrestler, I think if you're any kind of athlete that involves body control, you should be doing this. Like, there's no question, because that's what it teaches you. It teaches you good body mechanics. It teaches you how to use your full body as a unit, as opposed to breaking it down into, I don't know, like, the fitness industry is much like our own medicine system is. Like, we break things down into like small units, whereas we should be taking a full-on approach, which the mace does that for you. It takes your body on a full-on approach and teaches you how to use it like a unit. So for me, yeah, I have to. The dexterity and things like that is going to allow me from some of my injuries, like the PTS thing with my arm. It's going to give me that back. It's going to help me develop those pathways again. It's an amazing tool. It's a tool. It is the future of fitness, without a doubt. Like, we are educating ourselves now as a society. We have On It, who's kind of leading the way. Clearly, you guys are. There's other guys out there that are taking a different approach, but you guys are doing it from a mainstream approach as opposed to the clinical approach, which is a lot easier for people to understand, I think. So, I mean, yeah, no question. It's going to be a part of me for the rest of my life. Like, I told Isak, like, I mean, the fitness world's frustrating. It's a joke. It's a complete joke what's going on. And anybody that has like any real perception of it thinks the same thing, but it's all driven by money. So it's like, oh, we got to keep doing this. It's either driven by money or aesthetics, I guess. Because everybody I just want to look good naked. Nobody wants to feel good because nobody understands how bad they actually feel. Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, it's going to be a part of me forever.
I feel like the ideal body image is changing.
Slowly but surely.
It used to be like huge jack, like for dudes, like used to be just huge jack dudes. Now it's like everybody wants to be just lean muscle.
I think everybody just wants to move
healthy,
efficient, and be strong that way. You know what I mean? They want to be strong. I mean, you could be strong, and then that definition to like a average person is, oh, I just want to be strong, so I got to build all this muscle. And then now he's weaker because his body's just probably not ready for that. And now he can't even move. He's stuck. He's a prisoner in his own body. So if you want to be strong, I don't think. I was telling Todd, strength isn't muscle. It's in your structure. So if you can get your whole spine aligned, everything aligned, and just seal that in, because your body rotates. And if you can shut it down and just hold it.
To add to that, that's how knockouts happen. It's not the power that I'm throwing with. It's the structure that I hit it with. So if like all my joints are lined up when I connect, you're getting my whole body. You're getting everything from my toe in, as opposed to an arm punch. So I mean, and that's what the steel mace teaches you to do. It teaches you to use everything from your toes up, essentially. I mean, I guess, right? You guys are just looking.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
I'm scared of the idea of you punching me. Whoa!
Why does that? We're in a different society, though. That's not even our society. That's not a real thing. I don't get to do that.
I know. I was just fucking around.
Yeah, but it is kind of funny to visualize.
It is.
I can't take it.
That's not funny. That's
I'm a
sick.
pussy. I can't
I
fucking
actually
take a
would
punch.
like to see it on camera happen, but
Snapchat.
yes, I got it. But
Speaking of a knockout, you had one of the fastest knockouts, right? 7 seconds.
Yeah, I got lucky, and the guy went right into a jab.
Well,
And he got
counts.
he got but again, it's just like talking about that movement. I was pushing into it off my, he got the full extension and everything like that. So, which the steel mace creates. But he was just a sucker. Like, he did that in his first fight, and I watched his like one of his big knockouts. So I just knew that was coming. I got lucky. But that's all fast knockouts, I would think.
very humble of you to say.
It's reality. No. She can knock me out in 7 seconds. She gets it right.
What?
You only need one.
I
Right
don't know.
spot, right place,
That's
right time.
I think I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. Yeah.
No, it's right spot, right place, right
absolutely.
time. It's not this power. I mean, it's not this power-oriented thing. It can be a blunt force trauma, but it's the inertia where the knockout comes.
Can you knock somebody out with headgear?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I needed to know this for my fight coming up because I would prefer to just knock her out, but we're gonna have headgear on.
Listen, so you got your fight coming. Let's talk about this. This is your first fight ever, right?
Yes.
Let me coach you up.
Bring it. I'm ready.
Yeah, here we go.
So, how long you been training?
Well, on and off for a couple of years, but like consistently now for this specific.
You're a lifelong athlete, right? I gather
Yes.
that from
Yes.
listening to you. Smidgenly.
I mean, I started playing sports when I was like 5,
All around.
and never stopped.
So you have
all of them.
a sick competitive mindset. All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you're doing it for free fight. All right,
Yeah.
so
Exactly.
but you're doing it for you. I get it, and I get why. It's a fun experience. It's a great experience. How far out are you?
It's August 11th. So
Are you
it's
nervous?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, I'm excited and nervous at the same
There you
time.
go.
Like
That's
I'm
what I wanna
excited to just do it and get in there and prove that I can do it, you know, because I was a beauty queen too. So people just don't see that.
Shit's about to change.
So, right.
Wait, but what are you nervous about?
The experience.
Not that it's
Yeah,
not that
just
it's
the
wrong.
whole thing. It's not that I'm like specifically nervous about one certain thing. It's just like the entire
The unknown.
Yeah.
the unknown,
Uh-huh.
stepping into the unknown.
Do you know your competitor really well?
I don't know her very well, but she's kind of like been around the Austin MMA scene
Oh,
for a
awesome.
while.
So there's a little bit of like, you don't kind of like her already.
No, yeah, she was kind of rude to me.
But here's
Perfect. So now
here's
you
the
have
thing.
intention. Good.
I've seen her work recently, and she was in my class actually the other day, and she was on the big bag, and she was shadow boxing. Looks quick, efficient. Whoever was training you was on point. You look way different than before.
Thanks.
Yeah, so cutting angles, that was awesome. So
I
whoever
feel like
you're
you got good
fighting,
people around you. Yeah.
whoever.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I got some
Hopefully.
good people for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, but that's
If
the
not,
thing, like
you're fucking
going in.
up somehow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you're pretty much.
I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna use anybody. I'm just do it on my own.
So I see improvement, is what I'm saying.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I mean, don't try to knock her out. Just try to beat her
Yeah.
in every moment.
Yeah.
That's my advice to you. I already hear you like, I want to knock her out. Chances are you're probably not gonna. I'll just
No,
keep it real.
I really don't think.
I
I'm
don't
going
ever
to
go
at
into a
all.
fight thinking I'm gonna knock your guy out. I just think that I'm gonna beat him every second, and eventually he's gonna run into something, or it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that. Like I believe my punches will land. I'm not worried about forcing them. So my best advice to you is don't worry about hitting her. Just do everything right, and you will. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because you'll get caught up in feeling of your fist. Do you do that sometimes when you're trying to spar?
Feeling of my fist.
Like,
Like,
it turns
you
into
start
a
thinking-
fireball.
Oh.
No, you start thinking with your hand as opposed to your body and your head and everything. Does that happen?
Yes, but my
really-
last sparring session that
Yeah.
happened.
So you just start thinking about your fists and making contact with their face, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be your number one issue to overcome in your fight, I promise.
Yeah.
Just go in there, relax, and just hit them. Think about your whole body, your motion, your movement. That's my advice. to
Yeah,
you.
that's something I've been really been working on is my like footwork and movement and head movement because I'm really fast for my size. I grew
Right.
up, running track. I was a sprinter, and so for me, that fast twitch is super.
Did you do the 400?
I did the 200, 400 and a mile relay.
400 is the fucking man's race.
That's my race. I was so good at that.
I ran it. I ran it.
to
I ran it in
say.
junior high. My brother was like a high school kind of star, I guess, in a small little town. So in reality, actually, all right, yeah, never mind. So the 400, I used to wake up in junior high and be nervous all day, knowing I had to sprint 400 meters, balls out.
Yep.
It was like the one thing that could dwarf me mentally at that time in my life. I hated it. It would get nauseous. People were like, "What's wrong?" I'm
You
like, nothing.
hated it?
I
But
hate,
did you
it's
love
like
it a little
yeah,
too?
it's like a sick
Love-
thing. I
yes.
was young too, so like everything became instead of like turning into like a positive excitement, I was just like, oh fuck me, I gotta
See,
run.
even talking about it now, it gets me like excited. Like,
There's nothing. 400 and
That
800 meters
400,
is like
God.
the that is the barometer of what's in your heart and soul. Let's find out right here, right now.
yeah.
Which I think that's turned into the mile if you get good enough at running, huh? Probably.
Yeah, yeah, keep that one. I don't need that.
No.
So let's talk about this movie. Never Back Down. Dos.
He's in a movie.
That was 6 years ago.
Absolutely,
You
son.
said
You
we gotta
didn't
move
see the
on. I'm
movie?
trying to do
I
better
haven't seen
things
the
in my
movie.
life.
I know, but I just thought I'd throw it out there. I promised you that I would throw it out on podcast.
I didn't hear a promise. Actually, you just told me you were gonna do it. I didn't necessarily eat it.
But I said, I kind of held back, but I was like, nah, I'm just going to let everybody know. He is a
Movie star.
That's right. If you want to check out the movie, it's Never Back Down 2.
Hey, I was in Batman vs Superman for 20 seconds this year, guys.
Oh,
20
you
seconds
were?
while I could get my
There you
ass
go.
whooped. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's what people want to hear.
Okay,
Hey,
that's
that's worth it.
cooler. So,
You were getting your ass whooped?
I was whooping some ass, and then I got my face stomped in. That's usually how it goes.
Did they really like stomp your face, or was it more
It was a
acting?
kick.
That was a kick.
did you like fly to the wall? Oh,
No, fall on my face. It's cool.
Oh,
Check it
okay.
out. You gotta watch the movie, man.
yeah. I don't know. I'm not a DC guy, Marvel, but you know what? I'll look.
I'm gonna reserve my opinions of Batman versus Superman.
I heard it was good, but I fall asleep in like literally every movie I see. So
It's too long.
It's very
3
long.
hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it
well,
needs
see,
an
no wonder I
interim.
fell asleep in that one.
It's like, yeah.
Don't really follow that
It's a great movie, guys.
dark movie.
It looks like you're super pumped on it.
But your scene was probably the best.
So anyway, what's up, guys?
All right, so what's next?
What's
then?
next for Todd? Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is where I'm supposed to make my big moment. I'm trying to get on the Madison Square Garden card. I talked to Joe when I was at UC 200 briefly. I finally got my life settled down over the last year. I think I'm ready to kind of get into camp. I've got a belief system in my strength training now. I have a great coach. I got some great sparring partners around me. I'm happy where I'm living in Santa Cruz. I don't think there's a better place in the world. I'll say it out loud.
I'm gonna have to say I agree with that.
Like as far as like, I don't know, I can start bragging about Santa Cruz. I'll stop.
Yeah.
I just love it. I can't get over it.
Is this your first time to Austin?
This is my first time in Austin. I hear Austin's like the promised land.
That's why you still think Santa
yeah.
Cruz is the best.
Right.
place.
But I've heard Austin's the promised
It's
land
pretty
forever.
great.
Yeah.
I
It's
call
pretty great.
well, I had my doubts before I came here. I was
Right.
like, oh, Texas, but I actually fell in love with Austin. Every time I go back home, sometimes I'm like, I just want to go back to Austin.
No, it's really, really cool here. Just from my like day to day, I can see it. I just haven't really got to see Austin because I ain't made no friends yet. Nobody wants to take me out this weekend.
Yeah,
so
well,
You just
sucks
made
for
you just
you.
made a bunch of friends over here though. What you talking
I'll be
about?
on the internet.
On
Hanging out,
Tinder.
guys.
Who wants to take me out?
No, can't do
Stop
that.
your skills on the internet, social media,
Social media.
for like,
Is what?
for like
Social
representing
media skills?
yourself. For representing yourself. How's that? How's that going for you?
You saw how that went. You got me.
Oh.
Your micromanaging skills. That's the
E6
technique he taught me.
E6
Yeah.
not very happy with your Instagram abilities.
Yeah, I mean,
My phone was dead all day yesterday.
well,
I have no control over my life yet. I gotta get in a routine, bro.
yeah, we have to get the routine going.
What's your Instagram?
Todd Duffee. My name is real wild.
Wow.
So there's no Y in Duffy. So it's TODDDUFE.
Why would there be a Y in
Double F,
Todd
yeah.
Duffee?
Yeah.
There's a Y in Duffy, right? There's a Y in Duffy in some last name.
Yeah. No, most of
Oh,
them are.
maybe like Patrick Duffy from Step by Step.
Ooh.
And okay, side. That's
You
like
watch
a,
that?
that was like a
Whoa.
way. That was way too
He
outside.
still watches that.
Outside
You
of
still
the-
watch that on your
That
laptop?
was a way out. All right, I apologize.
All right.
I'll reserve back that comment. I'll edit it out.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was so bad you're gonna edit it. You feel like?
Nah, I don't edit.
Yeah. Why would you? No, I mean.
So Madison Square Garden. I want to hear about this.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the American dream, right? Like I'm from.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I've looked at my career. It's been a very wild career for me, and I think I've seen other career arcs and lifestyles in the sport. I mean, I came from a town of 351 people in Southern Illinois, and I kind of came up
Whoa.
on my own. I kind of did it by myself in a lot of ways. I don't want to get into that. But I'm here. I think I'm one of the most talented heavyweights in the world. There's no question about it. I think I am the most exciting heavyweight.
Yeah.
I mean, Pat Barry retired, so it's me now.
If you could face anybody you want at Madison Square Garden, who would that be?
I don't care.
You don't care?
I really don't. Like, it's just more about like trying to get the best opponent. Like, because I want to be able to prove myself. I want to be able to show my skill set. I've never shown my skill set in a fight yet. Like, I went out there and thought about my fist and silly stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's
do
a
that.
scary fist, though. That's a scary fist.
But I haven't got to show my martial arts skill set yet. So
Yeah.
that's something I'm excited to finally do.
Yeah.
I talk about it before every fight, but then I go brawl or
Yeah.
whoops.
What happens in your mind as you're like walking to the octagon? Like,
It's very clear. It's some of my
do you just
favorite moments of my
change-
life.
Do you change like does your mind, your personality change? Like,
Yeah, you're just focused. It's just
Yeah.
focus, this clear, beautiful focus. And there's nothing that you can beat. It's a drug. There's no
Yeah.
question. You got all this stuff going off in your brain. But for me, it's just clear, beautiful focus. Like, it's a very serene, is the word placid? I don't know. It's like hanging out at a lake and it's just, everything's just perfect. By the time you're walking out, all the nerves go. You're just in motion. You're just operating on what you have focused on, and that's your opponent. It becomes very surgical. Like, you're like, I gotta do this. This is what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, you don't think, oh, I just want to kill him. That doesn't even cross your mind. You just think, I got this job to do. I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability, kind of. And you know, there's like a live and die aspect of it. That goes on as the camp goes, though. Like, you kind of beat. Some guys do it different. Some guys like freak out 8 weeks out. I freak out, and some guys freak out like as they're walking out.
Mm-hmm.
Just because that moment kind of comes when it comes. Me, I'm usually further out, so I can make sure I prep properly. By the time the fight rolls around, I'm pretty relaxed. I'm pretty excited. It's just more about the process, going in there and seeing what your process did for you.
Can you actually think? while everything's going on, like
Very,
crowd, all that stuff
very,
was
very
just,
clearly. No, very clearly. You hear.
So it's not just muscle memory at that point. It's
There's a lot of muscle memory in
Yeah.
moments because it's happening so fast. But like when you're walking out and you're like, when there's breaks in the fight, when you're in the clinch, you'll hear voices. I mean, guys will talk about the food that they smell during fights or how they like. I remember being in
weird.
Brazil, pressed up against the cage, and the crowd's talking shit, and I'm just like, man, why are they so mean to me? And then like I also remember like the food, like seeing, like watching the ring girls eat food, thinking like, damn, I'm hungry.
That's weird.
You'll have distracting moments like that, but it's very clear thought because you're very focused on this one task at hand, and it's kind of save your life.
Yeah.
That's really what you're doing.
Now, heart rate levels, like I don't know if it changes for you from locker room to waiting to walk out to walking out and in the ring.
Focus on your breath.
Yeah. I mean, do you think that's big for fighters to not lose energy off that? Because that could be huge. I mean, like the heart rate level could go high and they're trying to control it, but they can't control it until they get in the ring, and then it's still there, and sometimes they freak out.
Some guys have to get it out. Yeah, it's for sure. It's just the big thing for me is just if I control my breathing, I can typically control my heart rate. If I can, you start breaking down your focuses into small stuff because you have all this stuff around you, and you gotta like, all right, you do one thing at a time. I just breath to control my emotions, to control my heart rate. Just think about breathing, make sure I'm breathing. That's one of the biggest reminders that I'm telling my corner and myself. Just breathe.
I'm
and
huge
the rest will
on
come
that
out.
too. So I mean, I totally agree with that. I think that's gonna. A lot of people, they don't even breathe. Like I was talking with Aubrey the other day. Like people sit in their computers, they don't even breathe. This is the new thing, I guess. Like you forget to do most of the time. So I mean, there's times in our cars we do the same shit. So
I mean, it's a big problem for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody, we don't meditate enough. We don't breathe enough.
That's right.
Like you talked about, were we in the Western world or Eastern world? We're in the Western world, right?
Sometimes I can't tell the difference, Todd.
Yeah.
I just woke up in a place today, guys. Like that's how my life goes. When you talked about how we have shallow breath and the anxiety that you can build from that just naturally. It's me sitting here in this room breathing shallowly, and you guys staring at me. I'm kind of getting a little nervous. She's got murder eyes.
Yeah. So Whitney,
I have murder eyes.
We were talking about your eyes.
yeah.
Why? What do you mean?
Because
He
kinda
said
got
something
those,
like,
yeah.
"Don't get intimidated about it." And I go, "Yeah, it's too late."
The intimidation is a good thing. It's just he's probably he'll be distracted. Is what I'm saying, because you have these eyes that are just bam,
You
and
cut
it's
through
like,
people.
Yeah, they're very.
Well, y'all.
Yeah.
Sharp.
I mean, I think this is good.
It's a good thing. Yeah. You put a good fear in people. It's
Yeah,
a
you're
good
like
fear.
Cyclops.
I'm like Cyclops.
But you
X-Men,
have
the
two
little
eyes.
The laser eyes.
Whoa.
You're Twyclops. No, that's.
Quit, dude.
I'll quit right now.
So after hearing all these things he was talking about the fighting, like, does that help you a little bit in your little bit anxieties?
I
Is it
mean,
kinda-
I have major anxiety right now.
Well,
like
what-
just listening to like Todd talk about it just kind of brings up.
But
this
what's the
little,
thing
like,
you're worried
"Ooh."
about? What's the thing you're worried about?
I don't
Are you
have, like,
thinking
a
about the crowd? Or are you thinking about?
Man,
There's
you guys
not-
are fucking her up. Who cares? Let her get through her process.
I'm trying to.
She's gonna figure that out.
Nervous.
I'm trying to help my
She'll
friend
do
over
it.
here.
No, that's
So-
what makes it worse.
So
Like,
I think in general, you always have energy. So when
Yeah.
something special happens, especially for you, there's a jolt of energy happening extra. You know what I mean? And so,
Yeah, it's not necessarily like bad or good energy. It's just I'm just like naturally like a
Yeah.
very hyperactive
Yeah.
person. So if anything sparks that, it's
Yeah.
just like
like right now, you could point at someone, and go you, and then just zap them with some like
Yes.
electric volts.
Yeah.
I mean, so you've done mostly boxing sparring, right?
yeah,
So you guys are fighting.
yes,
Okay, so that's it's the same thing in a fight. The only difference is people are watching now.
Right.
Like, and it means something at the end of the day, I guess. But if it's not for money, it doesn't mean much.
no.
So just go have fun, dude.
It's really just like about me stepping in there and actually making it happen,
Yeah.
and like seeing
Right.
it through to the end, and going through all of the times that I don't ever want to go back to the gym, and my head hurts, and
The process.
all
Your
that.
head hurts. Hold on. Let's talk about brain trauma. You're talking about
Yeah.
headaches, and you're going in there. What?
Well, I mean,
So have an honest conversation.
You just said those.
oh God, yeah.
I know. No.
Whoa.
I mean, this
Calm
isn't for
down.
money. Like,
I
she
mean,
doesn't
this
have to
isn't-
do this, guys. Like,
No.
she's just doing this for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time out. You have headaches?
Well, no, like Not normally, but yeah, I was sparring. What was it, like last 2 weeks or something ago? And this girl just came and just clocked me, and I had a headache, and it sucked. I didn't like it.
Have you been hit since?
Not hard, no.
Doesn't matter hard. So
But yeah, I've been hit.
So
since.
soccer players are getting concussion, like not concussions, are getting brain trauma from hitting the ball repetitively. So it's all repetitive motion and movements. Like I for sure have brain trauma at this point from just eating 100 jabs over my career. I wouldn't.
What do you do to combat that personally for you, or do you?
I mean, you just have to. You have to learn how to train around that. I think if you want to have a long-term career. I think the culture of like get in there, smash and bash is the dumbest approach. And I've spent 7 years doing that, sparring 3 times a week against the best guy I could find. I think the proper approach, like I had a concussion going into my last fight. I kept it a secret. I had to fight. I needed the money. Like what's to talk about? Nobody needs to know this because then everybody's going to start making you really insecure about what you're about to do. How to combat that? I heard there's this cryo helmet. Shout out to that. Some sort of brain freeze thing. I'm gonna try it out. But how do you combat that? You have to minimize the contact. You have to minimize the concussion. So you have to learn how to train properly. And that's the first thing with that is believing in yourself. I think people don't believe in themselves enough. So they're like, oh, I got to get there and spar to feel it. Like I got to know I can do it. And they build confidence off that when they need to find it within themselves and then within their coach. And I think that's what's happening is where you do need the experience. You need to drill more. Drilling, like live drilling, though, like, all right, he's going to throw this, I'm going to react like this, similar to pad work. But I mean, at the end of the day, that's part of what our sad little sport is brain trauma. So there isn't a combative answer to that. I'd just be very cautious of it. Like if I had a headache, I would take a month off from sparring. I wouldn't even consider it.
Well,
I'm just being real with you. Like I'm not trying to mess up your situation, but I mean, and I get it. I've done it. It's not. I don't think I've really ever got headaches from sparring. Maybe once or twice though. I try not to get hit.
Yeah, he gives me a headache at least once a week, so I need to take a break from him.
How the hell do I give
You're learning.
Just seeing you, dude.
Well, that's just flat out rude, man.
Yeah.
That's mean.
I'm saying he gives me headaches once a week, so I need to take a break from him.
See, he just wanted to. He's like, now's my time to be mean.
We don't need this kind of negativity in our lives, guys.
You want to know how I feel about you?
This is the world we live in.
We're taking a bad turn, guys.
No.
Yeah.
I did hear about, so there's this place that my boxing coach went to, Tony Jeffries. He's an Olympic boxer.
Love that guy.
Yeah. And I think it's a Cleveland Center in Vegas. They'll fly you out.
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I had that experience.
It
so I was
like it's a pretty cool experience.
No, it's miserable. Well, for me, it was. I was in a rough spot. Like, I just got waxed. For me, I had a pretty bad concussion. The UFC took care of me very well. My last fight, I got, everybody saw me. I got murdered. I was dead on the canvas on national television. It was a fun time. Now everybody sees me. They're like, oh, you're alive. Shit, last time I saw you were dead. That's a good joke, though. I kind of like it. I can appreciate it from the right person. Yeah, I got to go to the Cleveland Clinic. They go in there, they run your test, and then if you're a part of the program yearly, they'll continue to run MRIs and monitor you and monitor your progress, I guess, or the lack thereof, which is probably what's going to happen to most people that continue to fight. What is the name of that clinic? I mean,
I just know it as like the Cleveland Center or Cleveland Clinic or something.
Yeah, but there's I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't remember.
That's like the main entity of it, but there's like the name of it's like brain. I don't know. We should know. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Google it.
Yeah.
Google it.
It's in Vegas.
Trauma.
It's
But
sponsored by a lot of people. You'll
Yeah.
find it.
And they'll pay for your flight and room and board out there, I think.
Whoa.
Yeah, just so they can do like research
Just
on
to do the
brain.
study, really?
Yeah.
Well, the UFC took care of that for me, so I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe they will.
Yeah, I mean, Tony doesn't fight for the UFC, and he never has, so. And he got his paid for.
That's awesome.
I mean, that's awesome. They
I mean,
need
it's a
more
huge
of that.
resource for people to have, especially fighters and.
I mean, it's just going to open
Absolutely.
up the reality of what football and fighting does. Like, there's no secret, guys. We're all kind of playing ourselves.
Right.
Like, so, I mean, brain trauma is going to happen, but so's life. We might die in a car wreck.
It's crazy, like especially NFL, especially like for some reason if this is like marijuana is like so like heavily regulated, but don't touch our football. it's okay that these people are getting concussions and
Well, haven't you
can't
seen on like
function.
CNBC where the guys that are coming out talking about weed helping them and all their problems, and then
Yeah.
they're doing studies that talk about inflammation for it too in the brain, right?
I think so.
You think so? I feel like
You're
just leading me into
I
it
don't.
And Orlando knows everything.
because I haven't read enough about it.
Marijuana?
Well, yeah, like the inflammation process for the brain is like they're talking about that. Like I guess it's the CBDs,
Yeah.
but they're talking about the mix of the THC with the CBD being actually more positive, from what I understand.
Really?
But I'm only talking out of my ass.
Yeah.
There's a lot of positive research that's coming out on marijuana. It's mind blowing.
It's gonna happen. It's
No,
gonna,
it's not.
It's gonna.
It is.
it's
You
gonna
got
get-
high 10 years ago, and you're not shocked at all now. Come on.
I'm not shocked.
You're not. You're mind blown that like all the positive stuff that's coming out about pot.
Well, I mean,
Oh, no, I mean, I
as
think
far
she's-
as like curing like seizures and
but it can
all-
cause seizures.
Can it
Yes.
really?
Yeah, I have a friend who told me recently they get seizures from smoking pot, but it can also save you. It's the
What
person,
is
it's the
it?
chemicals.
Interesting.
Gotta
I
be.
haven't.
It's
That's
gotta
like-
be a certain type.
Yeah, it has to be a
Maybe the-
certain
the
type.
different types.
right?
There are.
Strange.
Surely, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
surely the amount of THC or like
Yeah.
what type of. Every one of them is a different kind of drug,
Yeah.
almost. If you've experienced it, you can kind of pick up on that. There just needs to be more studying done.
It's
Everybody got tight when we opened up about drugs. Look at you guys. You guys are like, what are you talking about pot for?
No,
We're in
no,
Texas. We're in Texas.
You're in Austin though. This is like a melting pot of
Yeah.
Texas.
Oh.
It's completely different. And I'm born and raised in Texas, so I'm like Texas proud.
yeah.
But some people
Oh, we don't
are
do that wacky
crazy.
tobacco down here.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if you could offer any advice to people listening, there's probably a lot of people that want to get into fighting. There's probably a lot of people that maybe want to change the way they train. What kind of advice would you give them from your years of experience of being?
I would
an athlete?
never advise anybody to fight.
All right.
I get this question. I send a text to. I get that question probably from kids.
Yeah.
On my Instagram or Facebook at least once a week, maybe 3 times a week. Hey man, I really want to fight. This is what I want to do in my life. Well, no, you don't. It takes a special kind of person to have this. It's an experience. And there's a cost reward benefit to it, obviously. I mean, there's both, there's the cost of it and there's the side that's an reward. I wouldn't advise anybody to fight though. I think, I would advise if it's your passion, be a teacher. If it does call you, have the experience, but I wouldn't put myself in the situation to make it a do or die. I'm counting on this money situation. I've done that.
Yeah.
I've done that for 11 years now, and it's there's better approaches.
Yeah.
I would
Right
say. As far as an athlete, I would get away from the concept of wanting to be big or wanting to look a certain way and focus on what my genetics are telling me and be the best me that I can be. I would search alternative routes. I would go on demand on it, no question, and I would start learning. Because you guys do have a great education system on demand, no question. Like it's there, it's not. There's not this weird thing that I guess happens in martial arts and in fitness where, because they need you to need them, your trainer does, where they don't give you all the information. You guys are out there trying to force the information down people's throats. Not really. I guess you're giving it, you're offering it in a much broader way than really anywhere is right now. I mean, there's the YouTube famous people trying to become famous off of, but you guys are doing it from moderately, a genuine approach, and you're trying to change the culture of athletics. And I think things like that will. I mean, you're using the internet for what it's for.
We do a good job. We got some great coaches. Yeah, Eric is great.
Man, appreciate
Mr.
that.
Wolf. We got our DeFranco side too, dude. We're stacked here at this place, man.
No, I mean, you guys are absolutely
Stacked and
killing it. Like,
stoked.
I walked around. Easy gave me this very fast, sporadic tour. I got lost a couple times.
Fast but
in the tour.
efficient, right? Efficient?
Very efficient. Too efficient. Mine is getting lost.
Yeah.
In your own facility.
Yeah.
And then I saw, Aubrey's working out or whatever. Came when I was talking to him. I was like, wow, you guys are doing it. You're doing it the right way. It's an impressive facility. It's an impressive approach. And I think the biggest thing that you guys bring to the table is the approach that you have. It's not coming from what we've all kind of grown up, this culture of like bigger, faster, stronger, or this culture of like the bodybuilding culture, which is all a rather unhealthy approach. And you guys are trying to take the healthy, you're like the holistic fitness approach. I don't know.
That makes a lot of sense.
Holistic fitness.
Organic fitness.
Very organic. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Well, thanks, Todd, for coming out. And Isik, what's your how do people find out this the on-demand channel that you're running?
I have a link. The only way you can find it is if you go to my Instagram page. It's on my link.
Guys, Google Eric Mellenden. Did I say your last name right? Isik, On It Academy, on demand, and then click on the thing. You'll find it that way a lot easier.
Yeah, it's spelled ESIK, not E.
Sig.
Isik, yeah. Oh well.
So that's that.
Cool, guys. Thanks, Whitney. Thanks, Todd. Thanks, Eric. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Thank you guys for having me. It's been fun out here. It's been a really cool experience. I hear I'm gonna have a fun weekend. I don't know yet.
You'll have a fun weekend. It's Austin.
I keep hearing that, but I
We'll
might
make
just
it
be sitting on the
happen.
internet, guys. So if you're out there and you want to talk, I'll be on the internet.
Chat room. Hit me up on AOL.
Yeah.
Find
Not
me.
alone, buddy. Not when the internet's in your hands.
Oh God.
All right.
Follow me
All right,
on
do
Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff. I think I'm supposed to do that. I'm supposed to self-promote,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's
That's
right.
what this life's all about.
Yeah. Got Snapchat?
I do have Snapchat,
Yeah.
Todd-Duffee. It's really weird.
Okay.
I don't do a good job with it.
Okay.
That's
The
it, man.
Instagram, Todd Duffee, Facebook's, Twitter.
Help me get a fight on the Madison Square Garden and achieve my childhood dream.
Everybody
everyone.
listening to this, tweet out to Dana White and to.
I mean, what more is the
UFC
American
too.
dream?
Yeah.
A boy from a small town, a
Yeah.
village. Just technically a village.
Yeah.
350 people is a
Yeah.
village. Getting to fight on the Madison Square Garden card. Who
Snake.
grew up playing basketball his whole life like a
Yeah,
maniac?
that's a good idea. Everybody out there should be putting
Yeah.
those tweets out.
Send some tweets out. Tell you what, if you send a tweet out and you tag On It and Todd and UFC and you say you want him to fight at Madison Square Garden, I'm gonna pick a random winner to win like $100 On It gift card or something. So tweet that out.
Sweet.
We're gonna try
That's
to
a good
make this
deal.
happen.
But you gotta
Yeah.
you gotta use those tags
You
correctly.
gotta use those tags.
Yeah, if you don't use those tags, you're left in the wind.
That's right. Let's
Come on,
get some-
guys, help me out here.
let's
They're really throwing me a bone. Did you hear what they're trying to do for me?
Yeah.
They're putting money into this.
Let's get a social media first.
Well, that's awesome.
We'll make it happen.
That's awesome when Atlanta do that for sure.
I ain't doing it. The people will rise.
No, well, I mean you're making
Yeah.
the deal.
Ah, well,
If you're in Austin, Texas, and you're not training it on it, you're dumb. You're dumb. Or at least go buy the on-demand channel.
yeah. Everybody comes by.
Change
here.
your approach.
It'll be good. Cool, guys. Well, thanks everyone for all the talks, and thanks for listening. Give us a review on iTunes. We love that kind of thing. And check out the On It Academy on demand. And yeah, until next time. Peace out. Later.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.